Okay, so little introductory. Yesterday we did some introduction to ecology, sort of keeping that in mind a fair bit today. So basically yesterday I found out what you knew from grade 7. Today I'm going to kind of basically teach you everything from grade 7 that you need to know to get started. Okay, so what does ecology mean to you? If I say, today we're going to spend the next 6 weeks studying ecology, what does that mean we're going to learn about?
The ecosystem.
What does that mean, Robert?
Ecosystem.
What's an ecosystem?
Anything.
Bugs?
Society. A single living organism.
A single living organism is ecology.
Bugs are ecology.
Yeah, bugs are part of ecology. Plants.
That is a single. Trees.
Okay. Habitats, like where they live.
Earth.
The earth itself.
Everything about matter.
Everything about matter. Okay, well, so what kind of diagrams do they call those things? You guys know? It's a math term. It's a Venn diagram, yeah, good. So the picture is saying that ecology is, well, I guess no. Ecology mixes with the economy and society. And actually, ecology and economy, the politicians have a lot of concerns about the economy. And people that are concerned about ecology may disagree with politicians, right? So they have to be able to work together. And I would argue that politicians need to understand, or at least have some basic understanding about ecology so that they can make wise decisions that benefit both. Would you not agree?
I agree.
And where do we start by teaching, or where do we start with politicians learning about that? By teaching science in high school. Because who knows, maybe Logan will go on to be Prime Minister of Canada.
Oh, God. You would scare me. I would scare me. I've legalized murder.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Okay. So, question number 1, this is an easy one. What do you call an organism that causes a problem for humans? They're usually called, apologies to anyone whose dad's name is Bob. You can't put anything in?
It's pest. Oh, let's see. Right? Did I get it right?
You're going to find out right away.
A, B, C, D, E. So hold on, I put C now, so do I get finished?
Yeah. Enter. And then I say stop, and you find out that the answer is yes, C, pests.
My grade better be going up.
You should circle that on your sheet so you know the correct answer. It's kind of like notes. Right? So, organism that causes problems for humans are called pests. Can you give me some examples?
A mosquito.
Okay, mosquitoes.
And you can have flies and buzzes on your face.
Wasps. Wood ticks. By the way, I've heard recently that the wood ticks are really bad this year, so please be careful.
I had on my leg yesterday.
Yes. And you live out in the country, right?
Yeah, I was going about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So please be careful. Lyme disease is out there, and I would not want anyone to be. Yeah. Any other? Those are all insects. Any other organisms? Snakes. Snakes.
Beavers. Lion.
Okay. What about beavers? Can they be a pest to humans?
Yeah.
How?
Because they could block the ditch.
Okay. Cause some overland flooding?
Yeah.
Right?
I shot it.
Darn beavers. What about, like I saw something in the paper the other day, or maybe it was online, about zebra mussels. Do you guys know about those?
Zebra mussels, yeah, they're a pest because they're attached to shit, and as soon as they go somewhere, they always just spread. They're like...
Someone knows a lot about zebra mussels. Yeah. So, and I think when you take your boat to the park, right, Clear Lake, you have to get it inspected, don't you?
Yeah.
In fact, I think, don't you also have to get it inspected when you cross the border to, like, Saskatchewan?
Yeah, because you can't have it.
Right. So they're really trying to crack down on these zebra mussels. I've heard that in Lake Winnipeg they are really bad, and it's basically a lost cause.
Don't they destroy the whole lake? They'll eat everything?
They eat it.
Yeah, they're what's called, we're going to get into them, they're what's called a, the word is escaping me now. It's invasive species. That's the word I'm looking for, right? They take over, yeah, where they're not supposed to be.
There was one off Full Barrier Reef, and now there's only half.
Yeah?
I like it.
Okay. So, I don't know, now do you guys see what's missing up there? on your page?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you have to write it in. That's good. Okay. So pests all have roles in the ecosystem. So while they may be a pest to humans, like beavers and mosquitoes, stuff like that, things like mosquitoes,
Our food for fish.
exactly, they're a food source for fish, for dragonflies. I think it was AJ was talking about that the other day, right? Anything else that mosquitoes are good for?
I feel like
Spreading bacteria.
like 280 some birds.
I don't know. Possibly, yeah.
Spreading bacteria.
They're good for chemical companies that sell mosquito repellent, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, mosquitoes is an example of a pest. Now,
What the heck is crab?
crabgrass is a type of grass that grows very strong. It's that kind of really light colored green grass that grows really tall in your lawn,
Oh.
right? Like I know my lawn's got a lot of crabgrass, so like when I cut the crabgrass is really high. That's the stuff that I'm cutting, and the regular lawn grass is the thinner one. Let me show you.
It's just thick.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was interested in that because I got some of that grass in my lawn. But crabgrass is a food source as well, and it also prevents erosion by holding soil together, right? So near riverbanks and stuff. What's good in some places is not so good elsewhere, right? Like it's okay near creeks and rivers where you need to prevent erosion. Okay? I think that's a good life lesson. What's good in one place ain't so good in another, right? Kind of like language.
Yes. No.
That's right. Question number 2. Where do you think the word ecology comes from?
Probably Greek or Greek.
Yeah? Is it Greek, oikos, the place where one lives, plus logos, the study of? Is it Latin, eco for life, and logi, science? And if you had the textbook, you would be able to look this up. Or is it Egyptian, Ek, the god of life, and ology, the god of learning? And it was first come up with by Ernst Haeckel, a German biologist, in 1866. And that's him right there.
Oh, this Greek is Greek.
Yeah?
He looks Greek. He looks like
He's German. It says it right there.
he looks Greek.
What do you think? I made up at least 2 of those things.
I don't know. With the license, oh, maybe it was.
Jesse, you're going to have to guess.
Maybe it was Latin.
It's always the Egyptian.
No, I thought it was Greek. Greek, you're like Egyptian. I don't know. Goddesses and all that.
The answer is past. No. The answer is A.
Really?
Yes, Greek.
I knew it. It's always Greek. If you don't know the answer.
Now I think isn't that like yogurt? Like isn't it like oikos yogurt?
Oh my God.
So the place where one lives. You know.
Also, that means stuff lives in the yogurt.
Yeah. That's where you live.
I had yogurt in my bag. I'm throwing it out now.
German bio.
Why? Because that's what it means, the word.
German made it.
Okay. Now what about
Gross.
abiotic factors in an ecosystem? What are abiotic factors? Are they living items like birds and mammals? Are they a single non-living factor like the wind? Or are they non-living factors like wind or climate?
I'm so confused.
Okay, let's see how we did here. After yesterday, you're right. You should have got it because we told. Didn't do as good as I'd hoped. The answer is C. Non-living factors like wind or climate. Non-living.
I put B and it said I got
What's the difference between B and C? B is a single non-living factor. Abiotic factors. Non-living factors like wind or climate. Now, one thing that students always get this kind of a little bit wrong. When we start talking about abiotic factors, they always say things like rocks and dirt, right? Well, those are things, I suppose, or objects, right? But abiotic factors are more sort of things like amount of sunlight, temperature, wind strength. Not so much things you can touch, but indeed factors, right? Climate.
Oh my god. Okay, I can do a bathroom. What's it known as?
I hear everything all the time.
It's a med.
Like in Canada, we have a certain climate, right? And so there are abiotic factors as to what kind of plants grow here. You don't see too many people growing bananas in their garden. How come? don't have the right climate for it, right? Places where it's warm and moist, jungles, a lot of mosquitoes. We get mosquitoes here too, different kind of mosquitoes, right? So abiotic factors are things that are non-living but affect the ecosystem. Make sense? Yeah? I think I know what the next question is. You can have it because I can't flip the page when it's like this. Yes. So biotic factors are biological superpowered wood ticks,
Oh, God, no.
Oh, no.
humans, or all living factors in an ecosystem. Oh, because I didn't press start. Okay, so let's see. What is the answer? Oh, we got to stop it to get the answer. The answer is C. The number of animals in the same species.
If I were to guess that,
Right? So, for example, if you're talking about the population of Riding Mountain National Park, you can't talk about the total animal population. Well, you can, but you got to say total animal population. When they talk about a population, they're talking about just the moose, or Tiffany, just the beaver, or just the gray squirrels, or elk, or whatever, right? So it's just in a specific same species. Can anyone identify that fish?
Like,
His name is Bob. I don't know. I don't fish, so I don't know. Is it a jack? Okay. Which of these best describes the meaning of the word community in the ecological sense? Is it a city or town and its people? Is it all of the humans in an area? Is it all of the different species that live in an area? Is it the number of single species in an area? The word is community. The word is community. Is it the city or town and its people, all of the humans in an area, all of the different species that live in an area, or the number of single species? Well, isn't D, which one is D? I hope no one picked D, because what is D? What is D? We just learned it. That's called the population. So the correct answer is C. All of the different species that live in there. So when we talk about the community of Riding Mountain National Park, we're talking about the moose and the elk and the beavers and the gray squirrels and all of the different species that live in the area, right? Even the fish, I guess. True, right? Tiffany, are you with us? Are you circling correct answers as sort of like notes? That sounds like you're going to do it now, but you haven't been doing it. Okay. Ecosystems have boundaries, right? If you think about the boundary between, Riding Mountain National Park and the part of the farmer's fields, that's the boundary. It may or may not be well defined. What do you think they call these transition zones? Are they called transition zones, ecotrans, ecozones, or ecotones? I think that was a band from the 80s, the Ecotones. It's always called me familiar with.
You have to listen to the film.
I just made that up. Oh, yeah, press start. Thank you. So,
I have a skunk story for you.
okay.
I was little, and I had.
Okay, let me finish up here. Ecosystems, do you guys have this on your sheet? Okay, so this is something that you should put a star beside. Ecosystems with greater biodiversity tend to be stronger. Why? Why do ecosystems, Charles? Here's the learning part. I gotta hurry because we're gonna run out of time. Ecosystems with greater biodiversity tend to be stronger. Why? If we go back to this picture here, if I get rid of one thing, right? You only lose a part, right? But the rest of it can survive, they adapt, right? But if you have not a lot of biodiversity, one single thing can be a problem. And this is true for economies as well, right? If you've got an area that relies solely on one single thing, like let's say mining, for example, a lot of areas tend to rely on a single thing like mining, and it goes under, has some difficulty, it can cause a lot of problems. So ecotones with their high levels of biodiversity guard against extinction. So we should sort of maintain them. Okay, what's on the next page? Blank.
Instead of Bill Nye.
Anyone? Bill Nye? Anyone like Bill Nye? Who doesn't?
He's alright sometimes.